Hey you guys, what's going on? My name is Rye Reed, the writer. I'm working today. No one can say that I was not grinding. I just dropped a video on Drake filing, a lawsuit against UMG. Right now we're hopping into How to Train Your Dragon. Alright, so boom. The trailer for How to Train Your Dragon dropped this month. I saw it, let's say, a couple days ago. And I have some stuff to talk about. I do. And I know the internet has been in a sandstorm. So I really got to just tap into the weather now. In a sandstorm over the decision for casting for How to Train Your Dragon. Believe it or not, we are doing this again. It first happened with Snow White. No. Actually, it first happened with Little Mermaid. People were mad with Halle Bailey playing Ariel, a white mermaid with red hair. Upset black woman, chocolate brown skin. No. Then they were upset with Halle's hair. Mad. In a frenzy. Pissed. Then Snow White. When did Snow White become Snow Brown? when did Snow White get some seasoning? What's her name? Rachel Zegler. Casting, people are angry, the dwarves. The internet cannot take any more of this. It continues happening. Then you get to The Last of Us. Casting. And it seems like that just seems to be a general disapproval with people is over casting. So what do we notice here with all of these castings majority of all of these live actions that we are getting out of Disney and especially with DreamWorks? What's the common denominator? We're seeing gender swapping a lot, and we are also seeing race swapping. And once again, we have I'm just going to say it, we have characters who have a certain look, certain traits that are not being portrayed in the live action. With the animation to the live action. Me being the person I am, this might sound really sad. I know you guys are probably looking at me to be your vocal warrior here, but I actually don't care. I really just don't care anymore. I am more concerned with just the overall story. What does the story look like? All right. So if everyone is going to be from black to white, if we're just going to just replace everybody, I think that's what we should just do. We should just go, okay, Justice League, we're going to reboot it, make everyone black. Batman's black now. Superman's black. Green Lantern is still black. The Flash let's just go there. If we're gonna go there, we should just stop sweeping and crawling our way in through this. We just need to just dive all the way in. This is what they want. Make everyone black. Just go ahead. Black or brown. If you're kind of brown, you're black. Let's just go there. Make everyone black. And that's what we should just be doing. It'd just be so easy. Just make everyone black and we'll see what happens. But yes, so we're going to go over the casting with How to Train Your Dragon. And we're also going to watch the trailer. We're going to watch the trailer with no sound. I'm sorry about that. I do not want any more copyright strikes in my life here on YouTube until my YouTube channel grows. And which reminds me, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You're already here. You might as well go ahead and follow me. You clicked on it for a reason. You is here. So let's jump into the casting. Because this is really where people are triggered and angered. They cannot get over it. Let me see. Oh, here it is. So for the live action How to Train Your Dragon, its scheduled release for theaters will be on June the 13th, 2025. So that's right around the corner. It's so crazy to think this year is just coming to a close. It's like this year happened and it didn't happen at the same time. But there's a lot of things that happened. This year has been busy. I just feel like it just happened so quickly. We're already here at the end. It's already November. Yeah, it's coming out June 13th, 2025. The cast includes Hiccup, played by Mason Thames, and I think they did a great job with him. He looks like Hiccup. He has the disposition of Hiccup, so it fits. I have no issues there. I think they nailed it. They have him in a wig with a little short, choppy hair. They weren't playing around. And that's what I like about DreamWorks. DreamWorks goes, okay, we're going to play around a little bit, but with our main character, we're not going to play around. We saw what Disney did. We ain't doing that over here. We're going to play around with everybody else, but our main character fits the bill. Nico Parker is playing Astrid, and I found out Nico Parker is she's a Nepo baby. I had no clue. Man, all these little Nepo babies is just sneaking all up in the industry. But she's playing Astrid. And this is where a lot of people are upset. Nico Parker, based off the internet's mathematical equation and percentile for colorism and color, and for African percentile, Nico Parker is, 25% black? Her mother is half black. Her father is actually white. He's an Englishman, I believe. And yeah, so she's 25. Not that it even matters, but it's just like she's 25% black. But when it comes down to her, because I was looking at her too, she's a real pretty girl. I recognize her from The Last of Us. She played Joel's daughter. Nico Parker, I would say this, I think she does fit the bill as Astrid in some essence, in some degrees. I think despite her not looking like the animated version of Astrid, because we got to be real here on this channel. I'm not going to just fake it out to you guys and gaslight you and be like, well, if you don't like the way she looks, you're a hater. You need to grow up. You're the problem. How are you talking about a children's movie? You're as an adult, you need to get over yourself. Grow up. A lot of that on the internet. A lot of the gaslighting is so intense. And people aren't wrong for saying that. Okay. I've never made a movie. I've never been a casting director. But if I'm a casting director and I'm rebooting a beloved, because we got to say it like that with that word tone, beloved show, a beloved movie, an animation that, these adults that we're hitting into now, like my generation, Gen Z and millennials, who grew up with this. This is part of their childhood. This is what they remember. You get this beloved character, Astrid, and you're going to reboot it into a live action. If I'm the casting director and I go, this character got blonde hair and blue eyes and is obviously white. Is white. She's white as a snowflake. You cannot get past that. But if I'm casting, I go, I'm gonna spice it up and make her Chinese. Like, come on. You cannot expect your audience to just bypass all of that. There's going to be a few people amongst the crowd who are gonna go, that don't look right. That don't look all the way right. Somebody's gonna put on their glasses. Someone's putting on their glasses and going, wait a minute, that don't look just about right. Something's off over there. Of course they're going to do that. Understandably so. As the casting director, as DreamWorks, as production, as, the director, as the writers, you have to accept that you changed a functional part of who this character is and their identity, and how initially an audience is going to view it, especially if you're coming into an audience that has already digested who this character is. How to Train Your Dragon came out in 2010. That's, like I said, you have Gen Z millennials who've already eaten this story up. They've derive their identity to these characters' personalities and their character traits. It's just part of what you sign up for, right? It's just a part of the character's identity. It's like if I were to make a live action readaptation of like Avatar, I make Avatar black, Aang black. To some extent, it does point out a finger for the audience to go, wait a minute, that's not what we grew up with. And that they're fair to say that. And you can't gaslight people into going, you need to get over it. No, they can say that. That's fair. But I will say this, what DreamWorks is doing, which I actually like. This is what I actually really, really like what DreamWorks is doing. They hear it. I'm pretty sure if they didn't know this was coming, God be with them. But since I feel like they didn't know that this would be a little bit of talk of the town, they're running with it. They're deciding to release, from what I've gathered, footage and I guess we'll call it like on set photos and documentation of Nico Parker playing Astrid, so the audience can get a feeling for her, which I think is genius. And another great quality is like, compared to, no offense, I'm just keeping a bean compared to Rachel Zegler, Nico Parker is quiet. That's same thing with Halle Bailey. I always give it to Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey had a ish storm over her. And if Halle Bailey fed into it a little bit more, just a little bit more fire, it would have probably destroyed the whole film. But the film went through. It made, I think, like close to, I can't remember, it was $500 million. It should have made $1 billion, but it made $500 million, so it got by. And it was fine. What's happening with Snow White, I do not know. I don't know what there is to salvage. I have no clue. But what Nico Parker's doing is being quiet. She's standing in it. She's just letting it roll. They knew this was coming. I'm pretty sure she had to have known, okay, wait a minute. I'm excited for the role. I got the role. I kind of don't look like this character, but this is my moment. This is my time. I'm going to take it. I'm going to just let it settle. Let people argue. Let people be mad. But once they see the actual film, they will fall in love with me. There's a book I love. I actually have it right here. I don't know if I want to show it to you guys, but it's called The 40 Laws of Power. There's so much power in silence. When people are chattering and talking and you're the last to speak, or you just stay silent, there's so much power in that. So I would tell her, I'm like, don't say anything, just talk about the film, talk about how much you love the character, keep it rolling. Do I have blonde hair? Do I have blue eyes? I know a lot of people on the internet have been showing pictures of her as a child. Sure, she had blonde hair when she was a child. But Astrid, in this role, has blonde hair. Nico Parker does not. Roll with the punches. Just roll with it. Also, I know on the internet people are mad that despite her not being a perfect representation for Astrid, beyond that, the internet's also mad that they did not give her blonde hair. Wardrobe, hair and makeup, casting, production, director, everyone's involved. It's slight things you would think maybe is not important, but there's details. There's power in details. If they did make her blonde, or she has braids, if they gave her braids, if they made her braids blonde, it probably would have hushed up a lot of people, but it is what it is. Here we are. She just has to sell the role, but from what I've seen, it looks good. She looks like she's selling it. I've seen her in The Last of Us, and she did a phenomenal job. She can act, and I'm pretty sure she's going to act her behind off. I'm not as mad about Astrid as I am about the twins. So here we go. Brolin James as Roughnut, and Harry, I'm not going to say his last name because I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. Trebelin, I don't know, plays Tough Nut. I feel like that should be more of the conversation. The twins do not look like twins. And please don't come over here and tell me, well, they're not identical twins. Identical twins are of the same sex. They're fraternal twins. Of course, fraternal twins don't look the same. Come on, right? I know. But the point is in the animated series and animated movies, they did look like twins. That was the running joke of it. They did look like twins, even though they were fraternal twins. And that's something that comes down to the creation of the character. That is so important, that the twins actually look like twins in the animation, in the animated movie. If you're gonna have two people not look the same and call them twins, then man, like I said, have one black, have one Chinese. We're just going there. These people couldn't look further apart from not looking like each other. If you were to put these two next to each other, I wouldn't even know they were related. I wouldn't even know. And that's what I'm saying. Do not come on here in the comment section and be like, they're fraternal. Rye, stop. They're fraternal twins. No, Rye. They don't have to look alike. They can look different. Then in the anime, if you're going to readapt something, why not make the characters for the live action actually look like the animated? Why even give people the chance to even have these discussions about readaptations if you're even gonna do this? Like, this shouldn't even been a thing. But I don't know if it's DEI. I don't know if the casting director was just playing around. I'm pretty sure I don't even know. I don't know. I usually have an answer for a lot of things. I don't have a lot of answers for this. And the other casting looks okay. I'll say this, Gerald Butler, he reprises his role as Stoic, Hiccup's father. Great choice. I can hear it. Sounds strong. He looks strong. He looks like it. Julian plays Fish Legs. Gabrielle plays Snotlock. Nick Frost plays Gobber. And there's Ruth Cobb. But yeah, I'm just, like I said, it's just the twins for me. Nico Parker, I'm gonna let it slide. It's just, they could have put blonde braids on her. They should have put blonde braids on her, but it's just it's just the decision they made, and it would have worked. She very easily could have just had blonde hair. It would have worked. She's a very fair-skinned, kind of like multiracial individual. It would have worked. Because I was saying, I get Nico Parker because me and her are kind of on the same like realm when it comes to being multi-generationally mixed. If I'm playing this character, put blonde on me. I get it. I'm not a white woman, but put blonde on me. We're going to sell this. Just put a wig on it. No one will know. But for the twins, y'all were playing around. And the amount of blonde people, because the internet's been talking about that as well, the amount of blonde people who are no longer allowed to be in cinema is insane. I have never seen, and it's not just blondes, it's also gingers. And I'll say this as me, as someone who has red hair, kind of like sandy, kind of highlighted, kind of red hair. I like gingers. When you have an animated series and you have a ginger, please keep the gingers. I love seeing a true red, blazing red ginger being represented on the movie screens. Bring back gingers. Like, I might put that on a shirt. Bring them back. I love me a ginger. Why there's not more gingers in movie theaters, like in casting, I do not know. I do understand they want more representation. They want more black people. They want more people who are Latino, Latina, more Asians. I get that, but it's okay. Leave the gingers alone. Leave them alone. Same with blondes. Throw in a blonde. I love me a blonde. I'm a black woman. You guys, I'm a black woman. You're looking at me going, man, she's a creamy. No, cut me up. If you cut my veins right now, I'm bleeding dark Hershey chocolate. I'm a black woman. Right? I'm a black woman. I love me a blonde. Man, it's like my favorite. Y'all ever see the Cinderella movie? I can't remember the guy's name, the actor. That blonde guy, I'll put a picture of him right here. I love me a blonde. There's nothing wrong with a blonde. I dream of blondes sometimes. I'm like, dang, man, a blonde. Ugh. Especially a ginger. I'm like, God, if you put a ginger in my life, God, I'll take care of him. I will take care of him. Let me chill out, but man, we just got rid of all the blondes for How to Train Your Dragon. It's okay, I guess, but just the story, just sell me on the story, then whatever. We'll just look past it. Just look past it. I'll just whatever. Just as long as the script is good, whatever. I'll cry about it later. But those twins, y'all were playing around in the casting. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Y'all were playing around. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna nail their role. But yes, just off of what we're seeing, yeah, playing around with some of the casting. They were playing around with the casting. Okay, let's get into the talks. So comes out June 13th, 2025. The movie will be directed and co-produced by Dean DeBlois. Yeah, DeBlois. From the live-action DreamWorks 2010 How to Train Your Dragon, which is loosely based off of a novel from 2003 How to Train Your Dragon by Gradessa Cowell. So let me go into it. So plans for the live-action remake How to Train Your Dragon was announced in February 2023 with DeBlois and is returning to write, direct, and produce after having previously worked on the animated film trilogy with John Powell. And this is where I'll say this. I do believe this is going to be a phenomenal live action. I think where Disney got it wrong is their interpretation of what they felt should be the modernized version of a animation, which I think is always the wrong take to readapting anything. I think a greater understanding is to have the perspective where you go, this body of art was successful at a later time in history, later time in life. Instead of me looking at this body of work and going, how can I insert me into the film and my thoughts and my beliefs, and then in return make a different featured film version of this film? And of course it's going to piss people off because people are already in love with the original. Instead, with this, we're getting the same director, we're getting the same writers, and they're moving from the animated and they're moving right along to the live action. I think that is a genius move on DreamWorks' end. And this is why I say I think How to Train Your Dragon is going to do smashingly well because of that. And because I do believe that DeBlois has such a love and a profound understanding of his body of art, it's his child, he's going to bring the live action to life in ways that he wished he could have added more to the live action. Maybe he didn't have time, or he didn't have the perspective, or he didn't have the grain or the grit or the time because it was in animation form. So now that we're getting a live action version of it, we get to see maybe more dimensions of the same artwork, but in a different lighting. So I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And like I said, when I first initially watched the trailer, I got that. I felt like I was looking at something, but with a fresh perspective, a fresh view, a fresh look. It felt good. It felt the same, similar, but it was glossed up and shined a little bit in different areas. So I'm very pumped up for that. So let me see what else. So produced by DreamWorks Animation and Mark Platt Productions. So yeah. So the premise is on the rugged Isles of Berk, where Vikings and dragons have been bitter enemies for generations. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III. What a great name. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock. Genius. The inventive yet overlooked son of Chief Stoic the Vast defies centuries of traditional dragon fighting practice when he befriends Toothless, a feared night fury dragon. They're like their unlikely bond reveals the true nature of dragons, challenging the very foundation of Viking society. And this is Universal Pictures. So yeah, it sounds good, looks good. It's going to be the same exact story. They're not going to add any, I'm just going to say, any feminism. It doesn't look like they're going to add any modern-esque views. It looks like they're just making a pure readaptation of this film. And I actually like that. I think that's genius. And I think Disney needs to kind of just look at what DreamWorks is doing over here with this and go, okay, maybe we're doing a little bit things wrong with our how we're readapting, like say like Little Mermaid, or how they're working on Snow White right now. You don't have to do much to something that is already good. When it's a proven success, why tamper with the recipe? The recipe has already been proven. People love it. They're there for it. They've spent money on it. They've invested it. They've bought the toys. They've played the video games. They have the pajamas. They have the toothpaste. They've eaten the cereals. They have the snacks. They've watched the TV series. They love this. There's so much love with this. Why do we have to change this and make it this and expect people to come over here and love it and be for it? Why tamper with a good thing? So great things over there. Let me see. Okay. I also want to talk about the money. So pre-production cost for How to Train Your Dragon live action. So far they're at $53.5 million. The figure includes a $10.6 million reimbursement, bringing the net cost down to $42.9 million. So overall, this film is going to cost DreamWorks about $50 million. Not bad, not bad. And I just, with that, even if you add on marketing costs as well, you might throw in another 50, maybe another 100. So even if it gets to 150 million, they're going to blow through that. Absolutely, they're going to make a profit. It doesn't seem like they spent a whole bunch of money on this. Genius. I just, for some mega blockbusters, sure, I can see 100 million, maybe 200 million, maybe 250 million if it's like a Marvel something, maybe back in the day. You spending that much money now, I wouldn't do it. I think DreamWorks just kind of has a cap on how much money they're spending. 50 million to me seems very reasonable for costume production, for being on that landmark, for casting, everything else, for directors, and keeping it below 60 million is great. So 50 million it feels good, it sounds good. I'm liking everything else I'm seeing so far. It just looks good. And a lot of people on the internet were also asking, why are they making a How to Train Your Dragon live action? I kind of want to touch on this a little bit, just because I like to just talk on the perspective of money. So this film, How to Train Your Dragon, initially came out in 2010. That's about 15 years ago. So I'm really talking to, I said, like older Gen Z and millennials. This was us. We were all children when this came out. So 15 years, we're in process of having a whole brand new generation of youth who maybe they grew up maybe with a little bit of the animated series, the TV shows, maybe a little bit of that, but they didn't get the experience. Do I think this is a little bit too soon to make a live action? Absolutely. But in terms of having a production company like, say, a DreamWorks, and you just having a assured win, and you just wanting a W, this is an absolute win. If you're going to make a readaptation of a film, it's always best just to go with something that you know is going to just make you a profit. Especially in our market right now. Some movies are failing. I'm not going to say some. A lot of movies are failing. A lot of movies failed this year. But moving forward, I'm pretty sure with a lot of like production companies, they're more fearful to take chances, and just to push your money in a safer bet. This is the safest bet, because at the end of the day, it's going to make a profit. People are going to come out for it. Nostalgia is a real attributing factor. It helps, and it's going to put people into the theater, and it's going to generate you money. And here's the cool thing about this. making a live action of How to Train Your Dragon. Not only does this make them money in the forefront with the live action, it's also going to make them money on the back end. Because like I said, they have animated feature films on this already. They've made 3 How to Train Your Dragons. Plus, they have products. They have other things, like I'm pretty sure with clothing, whatever, other products along with this. Then on top of that, video games, whatever, you making a live action is going to bring money on the back end as well. Because it's going to have people go, oh my gosh, How to Train Your Dragon is coming out. Let me go watch the live action in preparation. So it's going to boost the streams. People are going to go buy the films again, and actually get like their own like digital copy. So it's a win-win. They're making money. Sure, it's not necessarily anything new or anything inventive, but at the same time, because they have the same writer and the same director, we're going to get the same piece of art but in a new light. So it's a little bit new of the old. It's a safer bet. And How to Train Your Dragon is already a proven success. So let me talk to you guys about this. The franchise of How to Train Your Dragon has already grossed over $1 billion worldwide. Not nationwide, worldwide. This is already a $1 billion machine. It's an engine. It's already thrumming. How to Train Your Dragon came out in 2010. It grossed in theaters $494 million worldwide, so basically just $500 million worldwide, including $217 million in the United States and Canada. It was the 5th highest grossing animated film in 2010. That says a lot. How to Train Your Dragon 2, this is where they bumped up. It made $618 million worldwide, including $117 in North America. How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World grossed over $500,000 worldwide, and it received a Golden Globe nomination and nominated for Best Animated Feature at the 92nd Academy Awards. Then How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World 2021 re-release grossed $146,000. There's money. Why not? If I'm DreamWorks and I need a animated film to come out for the summer, because that's where DreamWorks and Disney, they dominate, is the summer times and during the holidays. And they're going, okay, they're looking around, they're going, okay, we could do something new, or we could play it safe and just make a live action version of what we already have. How to Train Your Dragon. The audience is there. People are going to love it. It might complain a little bit, but we're going to make some money. Why not? Absolutely, why not? So there's that. Okay, now let's watch the actual trailer. Like I said, I'm not going to do it with sound because I don't want to be hit with any more copyrights. I'm so sick of copyrights. I had one of my subscribers ask me in the DMs, like, how come you're not doing any more music reviews? Because of copyrights. Like, I would love to sit around and review music and movies and films. I know there's a way to do it. And I'm pretty sure I can do more research on it. If you have, like, the answers, you can put it down below in the comment section. I know there's a way. But I'm just, like, I'm so quick with it. I come home from work. I'm just trying to make content. I'm trying to go quick with it. So for today, we're just going to just purely watch it. No sound. Because I'm not trying to get in trouble. And I'm going to put it on the screen right here. And we're going to watch it. And you guys are going to tell me your thoughts. And we're going to talk about it a little bit, okay? And I have some apple cider here because it's the holidays. You guys see that? I got the cranberry one. Martinelli's, yes. All right, I'm going to put it on the screen. Okay, we've got some water. Got Hiccup right there. The hair, the wig look good. His father, Gerald Butler, look good. Got the beard. Yeah, he looked good. That wig looked good on him. Yep. Looks good. The dragons. And let me pause it real quick. I'm going to say this. They ate with the dragons. I was a little bit fearful. I'm always going to be fearful with live actions because I always think to myself, Pinocchio, no. Yo, did y'all see the Pinocchio live action? on Disney, I was petrified. I don't think should go into my vocabulary like treasure trove and just dig out words for that. Just how I felt about Pinocchio. Pinocchio scared the hell out of me. Just seeing Pinocchio animated, like live action, I was like, that was scary. I was like, what is this creature? What? Put it back. I would have begged the Blue Fairy, do not, please don't wake him up, please. That's my fear with live actions. I always think about those characters, you know, some of the creature characters. I always think, oh, they're gonna mess it up. That's how I felt when they announced they were gonna do this. I was like, Toothless is gonna look weird. They're gonna mess it up. Cause same thing with like Sonic. The first time I saw Sonic, I went, what the hell? Give me the gun. I'll get rid of it. Get rid of it, gotta go. No, but with this, they ate. They did a good job. Toothless does not look creepy. The other dragons don't look creepy. They look like they do in the animated series, the animated movie. It's perfect. They ate. Whoever is on the animation team, the CGI, give them a bonus. Pay them more. When you're giving out awards for this film, if this film wins anything, just push them to the front. Push these people to the front. They did such a great job. Oh my gosh. They ate it up. It's so freaking good. All right, let's get into it. Shields. Oh yeah, Gerald Butler looks good. Like a dad. Looks good. Yeah, Toothless looks so good. And his skin, his scales, I'm gonna pause it. I'm looking at his scales and the little details. Y'all probably missed it because y'all were like, oh my gosh, How to Train Your Dragon. Wait a minute, Astrid, the twins. Y'all are probably just fighting, in the comment section. This is me going, wow, look at the details. Look at the scales right there. Like, let's just look at the details. Toothless looks beautiful. And I love just the quality graining that they did with him. Oh my gosh. It reminds me so much of Planet of the Apes. Like, if you guys go back and watch the first Planet of the Apes, looks so good. Caesar looks so realistic. Like, I couldn't even tell that he wasn't a real ape. Same thing with this. And I'm not even sure what to even call like the technology, but they did such a great job with the graining and filling him into the story and adding like that weight so he looks real and he fits in this world. He doesn't look like some weird animated monster creature thing that's just crawling around in the film and you have to pretend that this thing doesn't exist. This Toothless looks like he actually exists in this world. He fits in this world. He feels in this world. He's actually making indents. He's part of this world. Even little details here, but I'm looking at the little leaves on his scales. Oh my gosh, he looks beautiful. And I'll say this is another great touch with DreamWorks. Like, I'm giving DreamWorks a lot of like love right now, but DreamWorks, my gosh, you guys are genius for going, okay, the animated series, the animated live action, not animated live action, but the animated version of these dragons, they look like this. What I've seen a lot with production companies, what they'll end up doing is they'll go, okay, this is the animated version of this character. I'm going to make a realistic dragon look completely different from the character that everyone fell in love with, and this will be this version, and this will be this version. They didn't do that at DreamWorks, so there's no two different versions. There's this animated version of Toothless. Then they went, okay, let's bring as much as we can of this character over here, and let's just add some more realism here. So you guys are going to see with this panel right here, you're going to see Toothless, his eye is actually double lidded. Like, with lizards and other like marine aquatic creatures. Genius. Like, they nailed it. But having the creature look the same in the live action, it sells everything. Beyond Nico Parker, beyond the twins not looking like the twins, the fact that you have Toothless looking and mirroring the live action so perfectly, It is a win. People need to study DreamWorks for this. This is genius. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me play it. I'm gobbling this up. So see that double lid right there and him looking? Oh my gosh. And all they did here with Toothless is they just added more to the character. They just added more dimensions. You get a little bit more with the head right there. I'm gonna pause it. You see the head, that flat head. You're getting those markings going down the middle of his crown. Those spikings looks phenomenal. And see how well blended Toothless is. He fits. He doesn't look out of place. He actually looks like this is what this character would look like in the live action. And it doesn't look like character. It doesn't look wonky or funny. It looks real. And they added so much emotion with the eyes as well. Oh my gosh. Disney, what are you guys doing over there? Oh my goodness. If you're going to make a readaptation of something, do it well. Do it well. And they did it well. So Toothless is gorgeous. Look at this. Nice. Even with the lighting and everything as well. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. That looks good. Yeah, they did such a great job. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon, it's going to do phenomenally well. I have no doubt about that. I don't have any fears, because normally when I come on here, you guys, and I review a trailer or a review a movie, I'll be like, oh, I'm very fearful, I'm worried. I'm not worried about this at all. DreamWorks seems like they have a handle on everything. I'm pretty sure the writing's going to be nice and tight. We might get some new dialogue, maybe some new songs. Also saw there that the guy who was in charge of making the music, he's also going to be involved. Let me see if I can go to it as well. Da-da. Casting, filming, marketing. I wonder if they announce it here. Casting, DreamWorks. I don't know if they mentioned here. Oh yeah, John Powell. Yeah, same music, same score. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good, and maybe we might get some more new music. But so far, everything looks good. It looks good. The twins, the casting, we'll find out. I do believe Nico Parker is going to sell her role because she already knows what she's going to face. Like, she knows the feat of what it means to play this character of Astrid. And I'm pretty sure she's very aware that she does not look like the character fully. Maybe she has some features where she kind of like matches a little bit of the character, but still blonde woman. You got Nico Parker who looks more ambiguous. But I still believe that Nico Parker is going to do a good job. And she's nailing it too. DreamWorks is doing a good job of just showcasing Astrid. And that's the most you can do. Because you've already made these casting decisions. The most you can do is... And I hope DreamWorks kind of does this as well. Like I was saying, if I could give any recommendation... Not that my recommendation would even matter or anything. But if I could give any recommendation... would be like, as you guys are having your live panels and you guys are doing your marketing for this film, I would put a lot of spotlight on the twins, and I'll put a lot of spotlight on Nico Parker and some of the other characters as well. I would also be releasing like small snippets of, the scene. The scene where you have Hiccup and Astrid first meets Toothless, like that scene. If I was involved for the marketing with this, because me being me, I would go, okay, this is what we're gonna face. So we have to change the narrative around this live action, this spin. We have to get people to stop talking about how the characters don't look like the animated version, but we need to start talking about how these actors are portraying these characters to the best of their ability, and they're doing such a great job. I would be releasing snippets of scenes with Nico Parker's character, Astrid, and I'd be releasing scenes of the twins. So I think the minute the audience starts seeing the banter of Rough Nut and Tough Nut, and they start seeing, okay, they don't look alike, but if we can get the personality traits down to like a decimal, like down to a science, people are going to fall in love with it. They're going to question it, but they're just going to fall in love with it. Same with Nico Parker's character. if they can just start showing some of the dialogue, some snippets of that, you're gonna nail it. Then I would almost go like the Peter Parker, what is it, the Zendaya route of it, and I would just start doing like really fun interviews and pumping out the characters and having standalones with Nico Parker, with her, just learning a little bit more about her and how she feels about the character, and maybe behind the scenes of the kids kind of like carrying the weapons, and just like really fun things. Like, I know a lot of people want to immediately go to like Jimmy Fallon and that route, but I would kind of do like more embody marketing tactics. Like, I would almost have it like, where it's like how they have the hot wing challenge? I would have it where it's like they have their challenge, but with that type of food. And you would have almost like their own casting directors or people involved with the film, like interviewing the kids and just, doing little stuff like that. Just because I think the main purpose is like to have people fall more in love with the actors, especially Nico Parker. Because we already know, Lord knows what she's going to be going through. And I would also hope that with DreamWorks, them looking at Halle Bailey and seeing all that she went through, especially with Rachel Zegler, what she's gone through, because they really were. They were tormented online, and the death threats. I don't believe anyone should be receiving death threats for playing a role. That's ridiculous. But just seeing what those women went through with their casting choices over there at Disney, and Disney not having a full handle on that, I would hope that DreamWorks is going to have a huge hedge of protection over this young woman, and just to give her all the love and the support that they possibly can. And really just to show the absolute best of her so the world can just fall in love with her. And that's really just my hope, just to, release more snippets of her, more of her personality. I don't know, maybe a GQ, maybe a shopping day or a day with her while she's like working, her own marketing PR team, her management as well, just to kind of just give her just that buffering so people can just fall in love with you. Even if you don't look like the character, I do believe like it does open opportunity for people to fall in love with the actor. And I think they did that so well with Spider-Man, with Mary Jane, and having Zendaya play Mary Jane, having same thing, a racially ambiguous woman. Because you notice that how typically Mary Jane is a ginger, red hair, blue eye. I know it's different universes, of course. There's different variants of Mary Jane, of course. But them spinning it with Zendaya's character, you notice how no one talked about her being racially ambiguous or being African American. They never talked about that, but they didn't talk about it because the world was already in love with Zendaya. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like very few actresses and actors can get away with not portraying a character perfectly, but it's because who they are as an actor, people already love them, so it doesn't matter already. So I think that same appeal can happen for Nico Parker. It's just more interviews, more talking, just showing her talent, showing her love for Astrid and who this character is and why she wanted this role. I also saw like a little snippet of them showing her being given the role. I think that was genius as well, because it's humanizing who this actor is despite her not looking exactly like Astrid. So I think that's a genius as well. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. My only hope is that like DreamWorks is just really just going to protect these children at the most. Because yeah, just receiving that much hate and criticism. I'm not an actor. I'm not a celebrity. I don't dream of being an actor or celebrity. I dream of being rich. I dream of being wealthy, but I don't dream of being a celebrity. But having that much fame and spotlight, I could not imagine going through that, because what comes with fame is also positivity and a lot of negativity. You're going to have a lot of negative people coming after you and a lot of people saying negative things about you, especially with coming with the internet as well. And that's something my hope with DreamWorks is they really just put like a really good covering over her, and for her as well, just to not focus on all the negativity, especially the twins as well. Just not to focus on the negativity, focus on the positivity. And I would even, for me, I would turn off my phone. I would just be posting, I'll turn off the comment section. Until this film is just done, I wouldn't even want to deal with that, because yeah, that much negativity just weighs on the spirit, and it just gets in the way of your purpose and your daily to-do task, because it just negativity, it just weighs on you, you know? But yeah, that's just my hope. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be fine. The film looks great. I'm excited for it. I'll definitely be watching it on June the 13th. So this is something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, you guys down below, go ahead and comment your thoughts on the trailer, on the film, how you feel about everything so far. I'm pumped up. This thing looks fantastic. I think this is my first time this year saying something looks fantastic, like an upcoming movie. I'm not actually that bad about that. But yeah, it looks great. But yeah, tell me your thoughts down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll definitely see you back for the next review or my next talking point I have on here. And you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. I'm drinking cider. About to go downstairs. We did Mexican food at my house. We had ceviche. So I'm about to go get some ceviche right now and get some apple pie. My brother brought over a peach cobbler. We have vanilla ice cream. I'm black. We eat peach cobbler. We got greens. We got black eyed peas. You know what I mean? So I'm about to get some peach cobbler, maybe another bowl of some black eyed peas. I'm gonna be drinking this. Forget water. I'll worry about drinking water on Monday. But yeah, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Happy holidays. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. And get ready for the film. All right, see you guys for the next one.